y'all doing? Woo! Okay, so I'm first generation American. I'm from Uganda. My parents moved to St. Louis, Missouri. And y'all need to let people know about the 4th of July. 4th of July. I was born during a war, okay? So when we showed up in St. Louis and we started hearing guns going off and what sounded like rockets, my father said, Rosalind, I'm also known as Rosalind. Everyone, get in the bathtub quickly. He ran across the street to the neighbors and he was like, what is happening? Is this a war? The neighbor was like, nah, it's the 4th of July. Independence Day. And so my father was like, the rebels are coming. You know, independence. He wasn't getting it. So he jumped in, closed all the doors, put the refrigerator in front of the door, went and got a broomstick and fixated a knife to the end of it because we have to make weapons in Uganda. We don't have guns. So he's guarding the front of the door like this as best as he could until it calmed down. And let me tell you, I don't know how many hours went by, but sometime in the morning we hopped outside and hid in the bushes. He's like, okay, family, now everyone calm. Get in the bushes, grab the passports. We had everything. We were waiting to dash to the airport to leave this country. My mom was like, why did we come to this country? What is happening? So then the neighbor walks by. What are y'all doing in them bushes? The Africans are in the bushes again. It's not the first time we hopped in the bush. We're village African. So village African, we don't have television, you know, fresh off the boat. Really, really interesting. And so the police were called. My father snatched up the neighbor and dragged him into the bushes. You are going to give us away. Why are you making all of this noise? The rebels will come get us. So they did arrest him, but it wasn't the first time this has happened. Thank you. It's my whole childhood. It keeps going. I was enrolled in school because you're supposed to go to school. And I didn't know I was a nigga until the children told me. And they were all black, so it's all good. They were trying to get me to be like down with them. And I'm Ugandan, so I was dressed country like Hermione Granger on Harry Potter. You know, skirt, kind of like this actually, but with plaid and a button-up shirt. So the kids were making fun of me. They're like, you need to calm down. Don't answer all the questions, you know? But in Uganda, we have to be first in class, so that's like a thing. I was running wearing sandals at recess, and I tripped and fell and busted my chin open. It landed me in the nurse's office, and my father came to help me or whatever they do when they care. And he started yelling because he's like, Rosalind, why are you playing outside? And the nurse was like, oh, it's recess. Children play outside. And my father was like, what is recess? We don't play. I sent my daughter to school to learn. And so she had to calm him down. And she sent us to Westfield Shopping Mall in St. Charles, Missouri to get my first pair of shoes because I only had sandals because I'm village, you know. We go to Westfield Shopping Mall, and it was so amazing. It was a big glass building, cars everywhere. My father is impressed, of course. He's like, look at this. We have arrived. A sea full of cars. What? And so we walk into the building, and we walk to the front of the building, and we're trying to figure out how to get in because people are entering and disappearing and just coming out of the same way. And so we stand there watching. And so we're acting kind of like we're playing double dutch to get into this building. And so my father's like, hey, what is this? Witchcraft. People go in and disappear. And back then they said everything was witchcraft. That's the way it is. And so we finally jump in and we push forward too far, and then we swing around, and I'm rolling at the bottom because I have sandals on. Daddy, please help me, I am falling. And so people are watching us because it's like a zoo right now. It's crazy. And so we finally bust the way out of there, and it was a revolving door. I found that out later. Educate people about that too. Everyone don't know. And so he catches a glimpse of us in the security guard window. And so we start dancing because it's TV and we've never been on TV. He's like, hey, we are coming to America to be famous. Dance, Rosalind, dance. So I start doing my dances so I can be famous. And he's like, now, can I have a copy of that? Is Michael Jackson here? He believed everywhere we went, Michael Jackson was gonna be there. It was the thing. And so we dance and dance and dance, and the guy wouldn't give him a copy. He's like, I don't give copies of anything. What do you do all day? You just sit there watching people. My father's like, yes. Or the security guard is like, yes, that's my job. He just watches people. And so people are watching us because my dad invented the hoochie daddy shorts. I think it came from Africa, but he has the shortest shorts, balls and everything hanging out, you know? My brother looks just like him. And so we make our way to the escalator. The escalator was crazy because it was just people flowing down. My father was like, oh, Jesus, look. People are flowing down like angels. We have made it. But we're trying to figure out how to get on this escalator because we don't know what it is because we're village. And so we start running up and he's like, look at these. Americans work so hard. We just have to keep running. And he's like, please excuse us, my family. We're trying to come. So then he comes all the way back down. He's like, Rosaline, let's go. So I'm like, okay, Daddy, I will try. And I start sprinting all the way up the escalators. I'm running. And I fall and I'm rolling down at the bottom. Like gas station meat. African rotisserie, okay? And I had on shea butter, so I'm just greased up, just rolling around on the bottom, just rolling. So we finally get into famous footwear. My father sees us in the TV all over again. Dance, Rosalind, see, I told you we'd be famous. So that's part of my coming to America story. I'm anyumel, thank you.